Newsmax has had a very interesting last couple of days, which both good and also terrible. So, following the initial IPO of the Trump aligned media company, which saw a 2,230% surge in share prices. Okay, this is the first 2 days of trading that saw just a massive increase in the net worth, at least the stock value of Newsmax. But after 2 days, it appears to be coming back down to earth. Stock actually plummeted about 77.5% from $279 a share to around, $50, a little over $50, like $53. Okay, that is after debuting at $10 a share. So somebody got rich, and that somebody happens to be Christopher Ruddy. Okay, the CEO and the guy who owns the vast majority of those stocks. He is now a billionaire. But for how long? That would be the question, right? Now, to really illustrate how overly valued this Newsmax initial offering was, the market capitalization of the IPO hit nearly $30 billion. There ain't no way Newsmax is worth $30 billion. That surpasses the market cap of legacy media companies such as Warner Brothers, Discovery, and Fox Corp. Those companies are worth billions of dollars. They make billions of dollars in revenue. Fox Corp, for example, or News Corp, sorry, has an annual revenue of about $10 billion. You know how much Newsmax makes in a year? About $171 million. By the way, that is not including the losses of about $72 million. So, hey, they're still having a net profit of around, $199 million. So it's not like they're doing horrible. Okay, they're doing much better than I am. But nonetheless, $72 million in losses. They're not exactly worth a valuation of $30 billion. Okay, so how did this even happen? Okay, well, Newsmax was listed on the New York Stock Exchange via a so-called Regulation A offering. Now, that means instead of a traditional IPO, this Regulation A offering allows these small companies, of which Newsmax is, to raise money without undergoing a full U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission registration process. I'm not entirely sure how much that has helped them, but still, I mean, it really shows you how crazy this is. Okay, and let's see, this Regulation A offering basically offers money to, or I'm sorry, offers shares to retail investors. Okay, so what are retail investors? They're people who invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, EFTs, and other securities through like a brokerage firm, okay? Or there's some sort of financial institution. So these are, again, not exactly professional traders. So about 30,000 retail investors bought into Newsmax. But the thing is that there's actually a relatively small amount of shares that were actually for sale. Less than 6% of Newsmax's shares, or about 7.5 million out of 125 million fully diluted shares, were actually available for public trading. Okay, so really small amount of shares, rather small. So to me, this feels like a pump and dump. Okay, in fact, some retail traders actually compared this to GME or GameStop, which, if you all remember, that was nothing more than essentially a meme stock. Okay, nothing that a real serious trader would invest in and hold on to. Okay, these are like for quick sales, maybe to even short the stock. But this is a great example of how utterly disconnected the stock market is from actual reality. Okay, where I live in the real world, none of this stuff exists. It really doesn't make any sense. We're making all this stuff up. The stock market completely made up. It's all based on hype and vibes, not on whether or not you think an investment is going to be good for building a real business. Okay. So at the end of the day, Newsmax, despite being the fourth most watched cable news channel after Fox News, MSNBC, and CNN, is way, way smaller than a lot of even YouTube channels get more viewership. According to Nielsen data, Newsmax actually had an average of 309,000 primetime viewers and 211,000 daytime viewers. Compared that to Fox News, got an average of nearly 3.1 million primetime viewers and roughly 2 million daytime viewers during that same period. So they're barely making a dent in Fox News's numbers. So their valuation is way, way overhyped. Okay. They do not make enough money to justify being worth $30 billion. It's just not going to happen. Not only that, but again, they're not really making a whole lot of money. Okay. The reason that they're still around is because they've got some investments from like the Qatari government, for example. A member of the Qatari royal family actually invested about $50 million into the channel back in 2019. They also have carriage deals. Back in 2023, Newsmax had fought with DirecTV because they wanted more money in those carriage deals. Newsmax, they sought millions of dollars from DirecTV to continue broadcasting their low-rated programming. And let's be honest, right? DirecTV was like, no, we're not going to pay you more. We're taking a loss here. Okay? No, we're not going to do it. In response, of course, they claimed, oh, are you not giving us a better carriage deal? Well, you know what you're doing? You are silencing conservative voices. How dare you? How dare you? And in fact, Newsmax put out hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. And even members of Congress, Republicans, threatened to hold hearings saying, oh, you're silencing conservative voices by not giving Newsmax millions of dollars for their crappy programming. But you know what? The worst thing is that it actually worked. I mean, it really shows you, like, conservatives are the loudest people in the room. The silent generation, right. We wish. No, they ended up getting a great deal. I mean, I don't know the details of it, but they got a deal. Okay? Look, here's the thing. Conservatives dominate cable news, and they dominate online, by the way. Okay? There's conservative slop everywhere. All right? It dominates on X/Twitter, dominates on YouTube. You've got Rumble, you've got Kick, you've got Facebook. It's everywhere, and it's just the same slop. Oh, we got to fight against woke. Everything's woke. This is woke. That's woke. Everything's woke. Oh my God, I'm awake, which means I'm woke. It's ridiculous. But it really works. It works. I don't know how, but it works. You know, certainly lefty channels not rolling in the money. Just saying, not rolling in the money. But look, in what world are conservatives being silenced then? Well, they're not. It's a lie. It's a fantasy. They used to, yes, shut down the left, but more importantly, to play to a victimhood complex that gets right-wing rubes to open up their wallets. And that right there is a real grift, okay? And just like Donald Trump, who plays grifts as well, Newsmax continues to work on ways to monetize white grievance politics while farming conservative outrage. And even with these losses on this IPO, they're still really successful. I mean, over $50 a share. Ruddy's a billionaire now. Well, there you go. And that's how the grift works. And so Newsmax has and will continue to be, at least in the short term, very successful. So I guess, congratulations, or something. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.